Team, the nuisance abatement board for Thursday, April 11th, 2024 is now in session. Detective, if you would lead us, please, in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. You know it.
Madam Court Reporter, if you would please take roll.
Absolutely. Lindsay,
Present.
Avigdor Kemper.
Absent
No,
tonight.
absent. Chris Smith, currently absent as
He'll
well.
be late, yeah.
Right. And Chairman Slotnick
Present.
present.
Hey, we do not have a
We do not.
quorum yet, but we can still hear. some-
Correct. Don Laundrie, City of Fort Lauderdale. My opinion is we can start now without action by the board. Go ahead, please.
Okay. And I would like to ask all who is going to testify, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, when you do speak, please state your name and spell your last name for the court reporter. Thank you. Okay, the first thing, well, we'll do the minutes afterwards. That'll be tabled until
Correct.
Chris
Right.
gets here. First, we will hear from 3081 Northwest 19th Street for their status hearing, and that's case number 230503. Detective.
So far, so good. I've been phone contact all the time. We call each other, keeps me up on anything that's going on. Especially with the hours of the new 10 o'clock hours on it. We're closing at 10. So there's been 30 calls for service last month. 18 of them are noise complaints. Obviously, we've been over where the noise complaints come from, the other part of the strip mall. None of those calls are anything nuisance related. Property is in total compliance and be back in May for the next meeting.
Awesome.
Everything's been good, yep.
Thank you. We'll
Great.
continue to do what we do and hopefully.
We
take
appreciate
very
it.
well.
And the
Thank you.
next meeting is May 9th.
May 9th.
And your name, sir? Just so I have.
I am Dharmendra Prasad, DAR, you got it? All right.
And then your jurisdiction is up in June.
Oh, fantastic.
Awesome.
It goes fast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very
We'll
much.
talk later. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, the next case, 23-10-04, 1010 Northeast 17th Avenue, Speedies. Detective?
All right, Speedies. I've been by there several times and can't complain. There's property's been clear every single time, nobody hanging out, so. In the last 30 days, 10 calls. So that's huge. Seven of the calls were officer initiated park checks where they walk the area by your store and by the dumpster and everything. So that was a big part of the calls, nothing with nuisance related. And no debris on the property, so pretty clean. Got the weekly reports and you guys are pretty much all in compliance. So next month, we'll see you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
What's the date
For the record, this is Akhtar Haroon.
May 9th,
Mohammed Haroon. Mohammed, last name is Haroon, Haroon.
next meeting is May 9th.
Next meeting, May 9th. 7. Take care, man. Just come.
Thank
you, all.
Say hi to
Especially
Adam.
parking.
Well, thanks. We're good. We can start with that one if you're comfortable.
I'm fine with that.
But if there's something, we're taking in a new property, Rainbow?
Yeah.
Probably wait.
Okay. So we will,
You guys, if you want to come up here if you want, so we can go over everything.
we'll go ahead and take a
No, the break.
brief recess. Chris should be
Yeah.
here
He's-
anytime.
He's parking.
Okay.
When he gets here.
Should we do the minutes before we start this? Probably.
Now you gotta do the minutes with Chris.
Approve the minutes, yeah.
Anything that takes board approval, we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And you'll have to do board approval on previous minutes too, and tell Chris what happened.
So we have
Does that make sense?
MD's number, yeah. I know we have Dave's number. We have his number.
We don't have his number now. Would you write your phone number for me, please? Right there.
It will mom has. I'm
Oh,
gonna have
so
them write
taking
both
a-
contacts and with
Yeah,
their both
you can-
numbers, so you have them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was dropping
I'll-
you guys an email, but it's
I'll
easier
keep
for
it,
you.
don't
And
worry.
May, do you want us further on, you want us contacting you more? him
Yes,
more?
always me, please.
Wait till Chris gets here, we can start formal.
No worries.
Right now, it's kind of informal.
No
Makes sense.
problem.
Absolutely.
You want my last name or you have?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Thank you. A lot of settings.
Karen?
Yes.
I'm Don. Yeah. Are you with the city or are you with?
No, I'm in
Third party.
Third party. Yeah, so we.
Go ahead.
I appreciate you being here. This guy.
There he is.
The Golden Bowls. For the record, Chris is wearing the Golden Bowls t-shirt,
There we go.
If you would please make
Made it.
note, it's 7:23, we do
Okay.
have a quorum.
but he was running.
All right, there we go.
Solid.
Okay, the first thing before we get started with our last case is the minutes were sent out by Joyce, so I need an approval of the minutes for March 14th.
moved.
Second.
Any additions or deletions? All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes of March 14th have been approved. All right, our next case is 24-03-02, 101 Southwest 31st Avenue, Rainbow Market. Detective?
So, the past 6 months, there's been 30 calls there. There's been some regular ones and there's been some bad ones. There's been 4 assaults there, assault and batteries, 2 stolen vehicles out of the lot, several suspicious incidents and a hit and run. Just want to go over a couple assaults that happened there, just so you know, so you guys know what some of the stuff's going on there. But one of the assaults, one of the officers arrived on scene for a aggravated battery call. The victim was sitting on the sidewalk in front in the parking lot. They asked him what happened. He said he was hit by a bat near the dumpster area and didn't know the subject. He was gone. So there's something, like I said, we were talking about the dumpster area there. He got hit by a baseball bat. Another one responded, report of a battery with a firearm. So I'll just kind of read this one. It's a little graphic, but it just gives you what's happening there. So the officer arrived, spoke to Bobby, female. She explained to the officer that she was sitting outside the Rainbow store when she asked a man who she never met for a lighter. The man then lifted his shirt, displayed a firearm, and pulled out his penis. And he put it in Bobby's face. Bobby said it touched her in the face. Bobby told the subject to get away from her, at which point he kicked her in the head and on the backside of it. She then got up and ran into the Rainbow store and said she was going to call 911. The subject wouldn't let her call 911 and hit her again. Then she ran to the Jamaican food store. The subject, he chased her down to the Jamaican food store. While inside, she asked the guy to call police from the Jamaican store, and he wouldn't call police for her. So then she ran back to the Rainbow store, and the subject chased her back. Obviously, he left because I guess the police were called, and they showed up on scene, and he was gone. So just, I mean, I don't want to bore you with a bunch of different stuff, but just some of the stuff that's happened there. I know I've been there all hours we spoke. Whether it's 9 o'clock in the morning, whether it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's always people there. Obviously more at 5 o'clock, but we went there at 9 a.m. the other day and there was probably 12 people there. We'll have some pictures after this. So we did do 3 narcotic buys on the property. 2 for crack cocaine and 1 for flocka. Both of those qualify for the nuisance abatement. January 4th, 24, with a confidential informant, $40 of crack cocaine was purchased in the front of the Rainbow Market. January 31st, $20 of crack cocaine was purchased by an informant, also in the front. During the dealer entered the Rainbow Market, returned outside and handed the informant the crack. Usually, when that happens, in our aspect, not that you guys know about it, but the dealer is holding their dope inside the store. It's easy to hide on the shelf and what, you wouldn't even know, but just other stuff that's going on there. February 28th, 2024, $20 of flocka, alpha PVP was purchased on the south side of the alley of the Rainbow. So, which would be all the people hanging out there and what's going on. On Monday, April 8th, we spoke with the store owner and visited the property. The representatives here tonight, and we also went to the office and we met with the property manager. Is that fair title?
Owner,
Oh,
yeah.
property
Or the
owner, okay. We discussed the problems. She's aware of most of the issues. She's been on board in compliance, said she wanted to help out with whatever we do. She's here tonight, and we also have some pictures of the property you guys can take a look at.
So I just took over this property December 1st. We have 16 properties in Broward County. I've worked with other municipalities. Some even most recent as December, when I took over, we sold a building to the city of Lauderhill. We are here as a landlord to say we accept this nuisance abatement because I know this is the only path to clear, okay? So I'm here to say I agree 100% with everything he's saying. I've already engaged cameras, lighting based on the recommendations that he provided.
Someone saying,
So today is my holiday and I have a 1-year-old at home, so I'll take whatever responsibility we need to take. We're gonna comply with whatever you guys would like us to do. He's already removed the vending, the machines that were there, a
In the
bunch of
back room?
things from I have pictures on my phone. And the things that were blocking the front, several things that you told
Just-
me could be done, were done
I'd
today.
like you to hear it real quick.
No,
before you leave.
I'm with you, I'm with
There's a
you.
couple little berry that we gave you one, like I said, that was like the rough draft that's most of
Sure.
them.
Okay, so there's a newer version than this?
Just
No,
like-
there's like 1 or 2 things added, you'll see
Okay,
also. If you want to go through the pictures real quick.
okay.
People hang out,
This
this
is
is 9 AM. People are posting up, I mean, like it's a.
Well, they're living here. There's
day is
most
that?
people living here. We've called the
This
police
was last
ourselves,
weekend.
asking for
They're
help.
sitting there on the
So
side
we're
of the
here to
chairs.
accept help.
Just as we go to the picture, I'll tell you a couple things what I want done. We can go, like I said, I'll meet with you. We'll go for it. All those stickers on the door, I want to be able to see in there. If you would take those down. There's always cars in the parking lot. This is the alley. At one point,
What,
this is
what is that alley access?
nothing, it goes to a dead end dumpster, correct?
Yeah,
So the garbage truck has to be
Yeah,
able to
there's
get
always at
Yeah.
least 5, 6 people there.
Okay.
And she knows and they know.
Fence it off.
Right.
yeah, it's, you can't.
This is a guy sleeping in the parking lot down by the Jamaican store at 9 AM. That's a derelict car that we talked about, May.
Yeah,
So I went behind there just to look at it, and there was a guy actually like kind of hiding back there.
yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
said, if you need me to help you
This is
get rid
what
of
I
that.
called for, that there was a guy living in a car with no tires.
stay
I
in
need
touch,
help.
we'll take
And they
care of that.
told me, the police literally told me there's nothing they could do because it's private property. I said, my
Alright.
father owns the property, like I'll sign whatever,
Just we'll talk and we'll take care of that.
please.
There's that car for
This truck
sale. I think
too.
that's
Yeah.
gotta go. It's up on the swale in front,
Correct.
blocks the whole view of the parking lot when
Yeah.
you're out front.
That's not technically ours, but I would like it to be moved too.
We'll get them out of there.
Yeah.
That's the inside store. Obviously, you guys have some
Yeah.
paraphernalia that
Took
you'll.
all that out already.
We'll come and visit them next week,
Please.
just all different stuff. There's a couple more that really,
All this is cleared now. too.
okay, no more of those scooters, right?
Yeah,
Whose
absolutely.
scooters are those? I'm guessing they're not yours.
No, no, no.
There are people outside hanging out. Okay,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Absolutely
Well,
ridiculous.
that's a fire hazard if anything else.
Right,
Of
all that
course.
water, please gotta go and
Yeah,
clear those.
I
Yeah,
moved-
it's all
I moved
cleared
already
to
the
the
water.
storage room.
It's
I'll come in,
clear.
yeah, we'll.
Where
we'll
the
clear those
machines
windows
were
out.
with everything got moved back there.
Ice machine has got nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of blocking the glass door also there. So there's a room, guys, like I said, we'll go over
Oh,
it.
that's,
It's a room that can be locked in the back and it's got gambling machines.
yeah, those are
Uh,
gone.
Are they gone or?
Yeah,
I-
no, no, they're
how-
gone. I took, made them take pictures of
I
the
have
whole
pic-
thing
I have
to show me that they're
like
not on the
picture if you-
premises.
Okay,
Yeah,
After the meeting.
Yeah, yeah,
So there was a picture at 9 in the morning, there's people in there playing in the games.
yeah,
Obviously, maybe T can go in there, you
of course.
can't really have machines that you can gamble with, you're not allowed. That was another picture of the same alley. Any given time, there's a bunch of people, this is a video of the front, you can see here,
So you're just off Priority Boulevard.
31st.
Yeah, it's like a little
Yeah, okay.
side street right
I
there.
know exactly where.
Yeah. The first time I saw this property was in February,
You
and
can
I
see
didn't
there's
know
tons of
about
people
it.
right there hanging
And
out.
I brought my
The
1-year-old
van,
with me,
there's
and I
tons
wouldn't
up
get out
there
of
on
the
the
car.
right,
It
just over
was
there hanging out.
bad. And
there's
trying to
several
get
there.
the same information.
Yeah, that's a
In
problem.
the alley, there's always
The whole
people,
thing is a
and you know that, there's always
Yeah.
people every time we go, multiple, I mean, I would say 12 people or more, always.
What are you
I would say
willing to do
12.
about the alley?
So if we can fence it to where maybe we could relocate where the dumpsters are, we could easily move a dumpster enclosure.
Let me just answer, let's
I
actually
suggest
just real quick,
let Chris
Sure.
or
Carlton,
Carlton do his.
let me just read the recommendations, we'll go over some, like
Last
I said,
question,
she's,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's gonna comply with everything, but all right. So
Thank you.
the owner will maintain a trespass affidavit on file for the police department and post no trespassing sign on the east and south side of the property within 7 days. I'm pretty sure you guys already have trespass signs there.
We do.
So I'll come there, we'll go over everything and we'll make sure they're clear and we're on the go. The owner will laminate and clearly display within 5 days and for the duration of the jurisdiction, 3 signs measuring 6 by 20, stating that the property is under jurisdiction of Nuisance and Abatement Board and is being monitored by the Florida Police Department. Placement of the signs will be determined by investigative detective, and I'll show you the signs. These are the signs. I'll
Okay,
show you them after.
no problem.
Owner will install 2 no parking signs in the alley. Now, that's if you don't block it off or anything,
Of course.
so there's no cars back there.
Yeah,
The owner will install 6, like I said, when I read this is my suggestions. They'll
Yeah.
go over and they'll give their final answer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes or no.
these all make sense to me.
The owner will install 6 signs across the front of the parking lot close to the building that read customer parking only, 15-minute limit. Placement of all signs will be determined by the investigating detective. Why this is, I've been there several times and seen cars that have been there for hours. We've actually pulled one over that left, the drug dealer, pulled him over and he had to open the car. So
Of
there are people that are
course.
selling there sitting there all day, right in front.
Without these machines, there should be nobody sitting there more than 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I said, I'll give him 15. If you're going to buy stuff, you're 15
I
minutes tops.
concur.
Owner will provide a list of the occupants in the plaza. I know we went over this.
Yes.
A copy of their business license and hours of operation. The owner will provide the investigating detective with a contact name and phone number for each business
Yeah, I
within
think we
14
have
days. So there's only one business. The middle business is vacant
Correct,
and you got the Jamaican store.
correct.
So not a big issue. The owner will install and maintain a minimum of 3 exterior and at least 1 interior video camera with
Yeah, we have
recorders
these.
that can be monitored by management according to all code requirements with video available to police department during all business hours within 14 days.
Yep.
So, like I said, when we get there, we'll go over all that. Owner will immediately remove any narcotic paraphernalia to include glass rose stems
Mhm.
and the glass ink pens that are used now to smoke crack, rolling papers, chore boy, that's being sold from the convenience store. The owner will immediately ensure that no persons loiter in the parking lot, on the sidewalk, south side alley, and on all sides of the property to include behind the plaza as well as inside the store during business hours. That's one of my main things, because they're there all day.
I agree.
The owner will remove all large signs or products or anything that would block any windows that prevent anyone from seeing inside the store. That's fair. I mean, there's gonna be some stuff to move and take down, but
It's okay.
I would like the
There's
windows to be clear so I can see in there.
No big deal. They're just stickers. They're easy.
The owner will install and maintain exterior lighting on the front, rear, and side of the building to include the entire south side alley according to the city of Fort Lauderdale code requirements.
Yes.
And will be illuminated from dusk to dawn within 21 days. You have them, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Electrician is already on.
I will approve the type and placement and the parameters of the lighting for installation. So like I said, we'll do the same thing, we'll go over.
Okay, because they went out today already and scoped out and all this, so it'll be LED lights and it will more
Yes,
than illuminate. the
that's
whole
fine. I
parking
just want to
lot.
make sure it's in the right place.
Yeah, yeah.
and it's-
I have a site map that they marked up for me. I'll give to you.
Okay, the owner will post video surveillance warning signs on the exterior walls of the business within a week.
Okay.
The owner will secure a security guard during all business hours for a minimum of 30 days. I would like that. We talked about it.
I have an
They'll actually
alternative
vote on
solution. Okay, I have an alternative solution. for this.
The owner will
We
maintain
can
the
talk
property
about
free of debris and trash. And then the owner will conduct property checks at location not less than once weekly and email me, and there's my email address.
Yep.
Each week to advise on the status of the compliance of each item of this order. Any nuisance related activity, trespass that occur, and of any other concerns. It should include photos of the location at the time of the inspection, not less than one inspection per month shall occur during nighttime hours. So just to
Makes
show us.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
times, for sure.
So this is the other thing we talked about, the
Yes.
investigative cost total, a dollar amount of $2,237.94. The owner is assessed 50% of this amount, and the investigative cost, which equals to $1,358.97. This cost is to be paid prior to the May nuisance abatement board meeting, which is May 9th. If no meeting occurs in May, then prior to the next scheduled nuisance abatement board meeting. The board will waive the remaining balance of the investigative costs if the owner complies with the board order within the specified timeframes. If the owner fails to comply with within the specified timeframes, the remaining 50% of the investigative costs will be assessed. If any related arrests or sales of illegal drugs on a property occur, the remainder of the investigative costs will be imposed. If any of the above listed items are not complied within the timeframe set forth, a fine in the amount of $250 per day per item, not to exceed $250 per day, will be imposed for each day of noncompliance. The owner will appear before the nuisance abatement board meeting on May 9th, which is next month, for a status hearing, and all subsequent nuisance abatement board meetings for the duration of the jurisdiction, which is for 1 year. And I'll see it says the same thing. Nuisance abatement board meeting will retain jurisdiction over the property for 1 year. All right, that's my recommendations.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, before we go further, I just need to record your names. please.
Yes, May Cahook, Kahook.
K-A-H-O-K.
Yes, ma'am.
Owner
Yes.
and
MD Rahman.
MD.
RAHMAN.
Thank you very much.
Okay, board, if you have any questions, please, one at a time. Ask the question, we'll wait for an answer and then we'll do, because it's a new court reporter and I just want to keep things. Chris, I know you had something
But
to.
first you have to vote for this and this.
I need a motion to accept the Rainbow Market as a nuisance. So move. In a second,
Seconded.
Madam Court Reporter, if you would please take roll.
Certainly. Just one more reference. Okay.
And then that she stipulates to everything.
So motion made at 7:31 PM. Mr. Lindsay, you had seconded? Yes.
Aye. Yeah.
Mr. Smith had made the motion, yes. And Chairman Slotnick,
Yes.
yes. Okay, 3-0.
So the property
Motion
has
carries.
been accepted as a nuisance. Do you accept by stipulation what Detective Carlton has said as far as the recommendations?
So I do, to speak.
Hold on. I see that the board member has a
Yeah.
question.
Okay, good.
Yeah, on these recommendations.
Sure.
Yes.
Things I want to go over the recommendations.
Yes.
Right, and we need to fix those first. I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
And additionally, there was an attorney that I was told was gonna represent Rainbow.
I said that you might have brought attorney.
I thought this would be friendly conversation. I'm a property manager, been doing it a really long time. I feel confident since we're on board with things. We're not here to challenge, so I'm not gonna pay 500 an hour for compliance. You're gonna get from us.
I'm sorry, I appreciate that. My name is
Yeah.
Don Londeray. I
Okay.
work as an attorney for the city of Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, excellent.
It is a legal proceeding.
Sure,
It is
I
formal.
understand it's a contract that we're getting into here, basically.
Well, it's like a contract, but what you're stipulating to is you're gonna stipulate to being brought under the jurisdiction of the board.
I have this in another city right now. We have 2 problem children out of 71 properties. Unfortunately, I have experienced this already once before.
So you're very
I have a
experienced.
nuisance abatement agreement in place with the
No,
city of
I-
Orlando for one property, right?
I don't doubt at all. You're
Yeah.
very well spoken. I
I
can
will-
tell.
I will
I just wanted to put it out there
Thank
so everyone knew.
Respectful.
And
Thank
I
you.
think like, you're really on top of it and nothing like that. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure everyone knew.
I appreciate it.
And the purpose was because if you're not represented, once you state that.
Of course.
I was told earlier we were represented.
Yeah.
And I think Chris understands that too. Like,
My
you're not
partner-
represented, so it's fine.
Yeah, we made a decision before I came not to bring legal counsel to this at this time.
Yeah, and that's fine. You don't have to be. That's why I
Yeah.
wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
So you're,
Detective was very friendly. Joyce was extremely friendly. I don't have any.
right, but we're, I know, but I just want to put this on the record. We're not friendly. We're the city.
I know.
I know. And
We have
And I just want to make sure you're
7 properties that we
knowingly and
haven't-
voluntarily. But now they want to talk about the issues, and I know you said you had an issue earlier, because I don't want them to vote on the whole stipulation without you talking about the issues that you want to talk about too.
Sure.
I think it was,
There's 2 or 3 that I have notes
it was
on.
number 12 or 11 you want to talk about. I'm not sure.
Okay,
So,
we will get to that.
okay, let's go from there.
Chris,
Okay, so a couple of things, Chris. So this is their first time in front of this board.
No, it's not.
No, this property has been on this bid before.
Well, with this
But-
owner,
But-
that's
It's
correct.
not with her.
With this owner, that's correct.
Right.
It's
Yes.
the first time
It's
with
the
this.
same owner.
Correct.
It's just represented.
Different representatives, yeah.
It
A
was your
different management
father-in-law.
company.
Your
Correct.
father-in-law has owned it.
Correct.
This is the third time they've been on.
Yes, they've owned this property since the 1968. They did not buy this property this way. They did not want it to look this way.
But you
My father-in-law
rented it out,
entrusted
correct?
me to
You
fix-
leased the property out
Correct.
and now it's on a new lease?
No, this is, well, no, they've been in place for quite some time. This.
Okay, so you understand the jurisdiction is against the owner, not the leaseor.
I do understand that.
Okay.
If the operator does not comply with our request within this allotted timeline, we will find a new operator. And
Right,
we
and
understand
we don't
that.
come after the
I know.
people leasing the property.
I
We
know.
come to the owner.
I'm here to tell you guys, if you guys want access to the middle unit, I am here to offer this for free to the city to have a satellite location for your police officers if you'd like. I have a vacant space, 2,300 square feet. I am very serious. My husband and I spoke about it in length. I think this area, we have 16 properties in Broward. This is the only one that is that bad, but it is this area in general. We recently sold the Wingate property, SEF, to the city of Lauderhill, right down the street, because of similar shootings and violence, and it's unbearable.
May, is
And
that
I'm
something-
committed, literally in
center-
writing, you can put
The
that,
center property, you're willing
the
to.
center space, we are indefinitely willing to commit to providing to the city for any type of police satellite operations you guys would like to have. I think this would put an end to our problem in this little area.
I probably agree with you on that one.
Yeah, that would
and
work.
before Chris continues, I just want to say, we're not here to cause any inconvenience to anybody.
Of course.
We're here to help you all
Yes.
succeed
Yes.
in
Agreed.
getting this corrected and
Agreed.
everybody happy again. So I
Agreed.
just wanted to put that forth.
I think we're all on the same team, to
Okay.
be honest.
So Chris, go ahead and please continue.
So a couple of things that, in looking at your recommendations, Chris, that questions I guess I have. First is number 11. The security guard for all business hours.
So we just talked about with her, with us as security guys, it's just something that I'm sure she agrees, maybe security guard, maybe police,
So,
something that she.
We have
so-
engaged already. We have engaged. We have a neighboring property, like I talked about, CN Investments right down the street that we also own and manage. They have 24-hour security. They have offered once a day, any hour I want. Every day can be different. They will send their guard, take pictures, videos, surveillance area, call the police, do a report if they need to, starting Monday, if I need it on Monday.
Once a day.
So right now, this is gonna be my initial offer is this. If we need more on highlighted periods, I'm down for this. But I think 24/7 is excessive. I think
Right.
peak hours, I'm absolutely for 30 days. I would agree to Friday to Sunday, all the peak, even 24/7, Friday to Sunday.
The only reason I suggest that is because there's people there.
All the time,
from open
all
to
the time.
close.
I
There's
agree.
not one person coming there is gonna clear them out for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I know how that works.
No, but day after day after day after day, and if we're making arrests, in another city, what we also did was I paid roughly $3,800 and I had off-duty police officers after hours there. Gave them free, signed an agreement, arrest any loiterers on the spot. literally have not had a problem. This business doubled their business in the next 60 days after that. Took time to rebuild these new relationships. We worked with the 7-Eleven down the street. It was very successful.
I just said for 30 days
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
doing it 30 days, give them guys and you.
That's just
Kick
a
them out
lot. That's
for-
a big expense for
I-
a small
I-
property. We're putting everything else into play immediately. The cameras, the lights are all already engaged today.
Hey,
You know,
Chris, continue.
pump the brakes a little bit. Let's just, okay, I'm at number 11. And you said, come over once a day. Is that a uniformed, security officer? Are they in a marked car?
correct, yes.
My suggestion would be, instead of a security guard during all business hours, if you have a neighboring property, if that security guard could at least make 6 passes a day.
Okay,
If
More-
just
more than
drive
one.
through in a marked security car with a
Yes.
uniform
okay,
to stop and say, hey, guys, y'all can't be out here. As long as it's someone in uniform.
okay.
So instead of having to
I
hire a
see.
security guard, have your neighboring security guard make a pass at least 6 times a day to monitor the area.
Understood.
Is
That's
that,
fair.
is that so?
Yes.
Yeah, like I agree with it. More than one time to me, is not gonna do anything. Where's that property at?
What's your other property?
How far away?
Yeah, how far is that property?
1401 Southwest 31st Avenue. Literally right
1401?
down the street. Yeah, like
So,
maybe
by
6 minutes,
Davie?
5 minutes.
By Davey over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
he drives
the
down.
guard can drive down, drive through, tell them better go.
I'm good with,
Keep going.
are you good with 6 times a day, Meg?
Yep.
Is driving through good enough though, or do you want
What
to get
is-
out? and
what is he gonna do?
I mean, I'm expecting more than driving through. I'm
can't
gonna,
arrest.
How do you
Sure.
define
Gonna have
passes,
to-
is what I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
what's a pass, Chris? What do you expect?
Well, I expect someone
Takes
to
everybody.
drive in the
Make
car.
sure
If someone's
it's-
loitering, hey, man, you gotta
Scan.
go. If they refuse to go,
Call the
then you
police.
can call the police.
Clear
or
out the
something.
property.
But at least somebody in a authoritative position.
Just so we have an understanding, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
move on.
word that.
To be clear.
Well, no, I
Clarity.
think,
No, I'm saying clarity.
well, I think as.
We're not doing a pass through the parking lot leaving. We're getting
Correct.
out.
Right.
Well, here's the board member has explained it.
Yeah.
I think that should be the definition of it. Meaning they come by and they check things
confirm
out.
no
They-
loitering. If there's loitering, engage in police or make sure that they are free from the
So
property.
clear out the.
You
clear
accept that
out.
definition?
Yes,
So 6 times a day, a
Yeah.
uniformed guard will
for 30 days, correct?
will
That's
drive
right, yeah, for 30
through.
days, they're gonna get the point after that.
Got it,
And- and-
Drive
exactly.
through. Wait, I have to, this is like, I
Okay.
have to do a legal document.
Well, no,
I know, but we have a court
Sorry.
reporter for this reason.
I know, but Joyce is a little more
I
than
do
that.
this.
Hold on.
Okay.
No, I said Joyce is a little more than that. I want you to write this down.
Yeah.
I want it to be like the board member said. It'll be passing by 6 times a day. It'll be checking on trespassers. Following up on any investigation that looks suspicious. And I'm sorry, yeah, right, and calling police
And keeping logs.
need be, and, I'm sorry, go
And
ahead.
keeping a log, providing a log, either photo
Well, I
or
don't,
GPS. I have to see. I think they have a GPS
that's
that
a-
tracks when they're there.
and they'll keep a log for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can see that log later?
Yeah, I'm happy to share.
And I'm only saying this, as I see, people nodding their heads. I'm not part of the board. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get organized because I know it's late, it's a lot, and
Yeah,
you guys seem very on top of it again, and again, I need Joyce on top of it and all the board members too. We're-
She's got to word the.
And this is the first time you're in here today with us. I know you have 71 properties, but we are worried about your one property.
I am
That's all.
too.
Okay,
So I am here.
I know.
Okay, so
We're trying to be clear, so no one comes back later and says something else.
6 times a day, a uniformed security guard will drive through the property, check on any trespassers, following up on anything suspicious, make sure no one is loitering.
That's for the
And-
next
Take
30
appropriate
days.
action.
And keeping a reporting log, I guess, that we can all see. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That sounds like what was said. Sounds good.
You're gonna have to do the whole property, right, Meg? You're on the other side.
Correct.
Okay,
Right. Yeah.
16, the $250 a day, fine. That would come back to the board to approve if there's any fines and we discuss any fines.
That is correct.
Okay, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
this is not an automatic.
No,
So we come back and if there was a misunderstanding,
I'll bring it
we'll
up and
still
blah,
be
blah,
able to discuss it. Okay. Fine with that, as long as we have the final say and it's not just some automatic.
right.
You
Yes,
have the
correct.
final say.
We,
You
yeah,
vote.
you do.
the board
We
votes
just give you-
yes or no.
We give you the info.
We just give you the info and the
Yeah.
ideas, so.
Now, if we can take a moment and discuss the alley. I think that's gonna be I didn't see anything in here what'd you put in here regarding?
There's some stuff with the
What
south
is that?
side, lighting,
Yeah, and cameras. I
we're
mean,
gonna
I'm
have lighting and
including the
cameras there, sign, no trespassing signs, no parking sign. So,
I think during our visit, I'll agree to see if the waste management would allow us to move the dumpster to a better location that we could then maybe put it at but there's a place, I think, I have to measure and see if we use it with a fence. Make that,
that's
if
what
you
we
get
talked
it,
about. I
to
think
make
that's the
it
fence to
correct.
block that whole alley.
And then
So-
just put the dumpster on this side of the fence, so that way they have access, but then we're blocking the back from anybody coming from the back. I know they're more familiar with the properties.
Because
Hold
of
on, please.
building, we probably need to keep the dumpster back there under the code. We won't be able to move that dumpster up. I have a plaza and I know we won't be able to move it to the front. Maybe you can check with waste management, if you can put a fence, and it's usually like an extra fee that they have a key to the lock.
Hmm.
And there, so it's like $30 a month
Yeah, yeah.
or something, that they'll have a key to the
Okay.
gate, so when they come to dump, their guy will get out, open
Okay.
it, and pull the dumpster out and do it. So we'll have a gate back there with a lock, and it's about a $30 a month fee to the waste
Okay.
management.
Okay.
I mean, also, we hope that the security guard is gonna start not letting anybody back there because.
Yeah, but at night and stuff, it's better just block
Yeah.
it where they can't ride their bikes in
What
this
are
kind
what
of.
time are you guys closing right now?
What are yours?
Closing at midnight right now?
So are we making that one of the orders? The alley is gonna have a fence? Is that what you're saying, Chris?
I wouldn't put that in order, but I'd ask the owner to look into that, so next
Yeah.
month when we come back,
You're gonna.
if that's something
Okay.
we can. But I don't wanna order it now, we're not sure it can be
But
done.
if they clear out and then nobody starts going there after 2 days,
It's not a
then,
problem, yeah.
you know, I don't wanna jump the gun on it. It's something, I mean, it's. up
Yeah,
to
if
you guys.
that's an issue, it's
Am I
something I'd
allowed
like to
to ask
revisit.
something
Okay.
now, or?
I think, did you have a question?
No.
Oh, okay. Did
Nope.
you? Okay,
All
I
good.
only had one question. What's your relationship with the Jamaican?
So I own the whole plaza, okay?
Okay,
So that's why I'm saying we're offering the middle unit, because we own the entire
Yeah.
plaza. So everything we're doing today as a
Yeah.
landlord, we're doing to the whole plaza. We're not just doing to the store
well,
at the end.
the only
The
reason,
cameras, the light.
the only reason that I had asked what your relationship was with them, I was listening to the report and they wouldn't call the police.
So his son was murdered 2 years ago, the Jamaican restaurant owner. So, and he believes it's these guys outside.
Okay,
So I am wholeheartedly committed to helping this situation.
But also a lot of stuff that happens, even back on 19th Street, the guys do something, they're gone. They know the cops being called, so they're out there. That's not bad. They leave.
Yeah.
Before the cops get there.
Exactly.
all right.
Yeah, the floor.
Okay, so the only thing I ask is because the benefit of the doubt of two things. I just took over this property December 1st. I have a management agreement that shows this. I've been property manager 15 years. I've done this my whole life. I love property management. I love helping tenants. I love fixing. I want this to be a star property. We have other properties I could share with you, the addresses that this owner owns that do not look like this, and we do not have this problem. We are committed to doing that. So I would ask that no fees be applied right now, because the fees we are paying are the cameras and the lights and the security and all of the other things that are happening. I understand there's an expense to this, and we're all paying that price right now sitting in this room. But I do think, to be fair, since this is the very first time I even heard about this was when they walked in my office, is to give me a chance. 30 days is all I'm asking. If all the items that you guys have asked have not been fully complied with and we don't have some progress, I'm happy to pay the whole amount.
Don, legally.
This is,
we have
the costs are completely up, I'm sorry, but the question is the board allowed to do this, right?
Right.
So the question is the board allowed to do this and waive fees? The board is allowed to waive all costs or defer costs until the end of the jurisdiction of the board. So I would say if you make a motion to defer the cost, it's allowable, or if you want to put some cost on, or you can vote now to say exactly what the owner just said and say if she hasn't met everything at the end of 30 days, then you're gonna you're gonna impugn the entire cost. Whatever it is, it's up to you with the cost. The city, or I should say, the statute does not require you to charge investigative costs at this point. But, or any cost at this point. That is up to the board members entirely. But I will tell you right now, you can make a determination to charge them at one point based on what she said, like if she doesn't follow through, or you can just look at it again. I think like was said earlier by another board member, like saying, I want to look at it again, like for the $250 a day, like that doesn't apply. It only applies when board members vote on it and approve it. That's the only time it applies. It doesn't apply at this moment. That was a recommendation by the detective in this case. And you might want to hear from him because I know he does this for a living. And I don't have a stake in it, but you don't have to put it in there. And I don't know what the status of it is with his, what he wants either. I don't know.
I mean, it's
space in the middle is
happened
worth
to every
more than
property,
that.
as you guys know, it's happened to every property when they've been taken on a nuisance abatement. It's in the state statute, so it's up to you guys, but we've done it for every property.
My offer stands for the middle unit.
Let's for discussion on this. Yeah, I would move to defer costs and discuss it. Let's see what the costs are for maintaining this, and if this owner, being this is the first time in front of us, complies. But if we defer it, we can still revisit it later, right?
That's correct. You can defer now till whenever you want, and you don't,
Till May 9th.
Just the next meeting.
no, you can defer as long as you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying till May 9th, I'm saying to the duration. Let's defer, and so it's open to bring back up at any time. So even if 30 days from now, they're compliant, then 90 days from now, they're like, screw it, stuff's going up, that's still hanging out there. I'd rather that's.
Yeah, if I may, just to be clear, what you're gonna do today is you're gonna accept the police recommendations
Yes.
so that the costs are part of this case and they're part of your jurisdiction over this property. So with that jurisdiction over this property, after you accept it, it doesn't mean you're charging it. That means you can then defer the cost. But today, you are accepting that this is the cost of this property, like the detective said, and that's what he does every time according to Florida statute and according to the cost of the department on the investigative cost. And then later, if you want to defer the cost, you can, or if the owner says, I've done this, and you're impressed by that, then you can defer all costs. I've never seen that done. I've seen some costs and gone, but that I'm limited here, just so you know. And these property owners seem like they're really on top of it. It has nothing to do with me. I don't have any decision, that. But what I'm saying is, it's completely up to the board, as it always is. But today you do have to approve jurisdiction at the amount of the cost brought in by.
And my motion, I wanted to make a motion
I'm
to
sorry.
defer, not to abate, but to defer the 50%, I guess the $1,358.97, to defer that.
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to be clear. What you have to do is you have to find that that the property is a nuisance.
We did that.
Right.
We already
And that
did.
you want to accept the police recommendations as of today. And then you'd have to have another motion to defer cost as you see fit. Like, does that make sense?
Well, I think we've already
Accepted,
voted on accepting
nuisance.
it as a nuisance.
correct. I don't think you accepted the
We're gonna
police
take a
recommendations.
minute time for the-
I'm sorry. No, it's not to me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, one speaking at a time.
Right. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. He knows. But what I'm trying to say is we have to accept the police recommendations also or not. Like, you can accept them in full or in part or not. So if you accept them in full, you accept them as they are. If you want to accept them different, then that obviously becomes complicated.
Let me,
I know.
let me do this.
Right.
Well, are there any more discussion on the recommendations? So let me do a motion now. And let me say it succinctly. I move we accept the police recommendations with the following amendments.
Okay.
Which, as discussed before, being the 6 times a day. And we're amending number 14. By deferring the $1,358.97.
Excuse me, can you repeat that figure? Defer-
$1,358.97. We're deferring that amount. We're accepting the recommendation, but deferring that amount.
You need to state a period. Seems-
It's
No,
deferred until they
deferred.
bring it back. It's deferred unlimited.
So,
And that's my motion. Yes, sir.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, Madam Court Reporter, if you would please take the vote.
certainly at 8:02. Motion made by Mr. Smith, which is a yes, seconded by Mr. Lindsay, another yes. And Chairman Slotnick, your vote?
Yes.
Yes. 3-0. Motion carries.
I'd like to tell her what happens from here.
Okay, please do.
So after the meeting, I'll type up a legal document that will list the amended recommendations. It'll explain everything and it will be recorded at the courthouse. And then I will mail it certified mail, or we can meet you. If we're at the store, we can
Yeah.
hand deliver it at the store. And then that is what you go by. That is your go by. It's not like
Yeah.
my
I know.
little,
Yeah.
whatever. That's the legal document that you'll get. So,
Well, while we're still on the record, I just want to make clear, Chris, that we are gonna watch that alley.
It's, his name's Carlton.
Carlton.
You're Chris.
That's okay. We know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we know.
You. We're gonna watch that alley,
Us down here.
while you check with Waste Management to see what the option is to put a gate and a lock and have them do it. If it's not an issue 30 days from now, we move forward. But if it's still an issue, I want you to be prepared
Yeah.
and not say, no, I gotta check with Waste Management.
Yeah, no, no.
Please do that in the
We're held in 30 days, there's no trespassers left.
I will. I know, I'm not gonna move it to the front. I think they might let me put it on the
Yeah.
side. We'll see, hopefully.
I just want
Well,
to
it's not Waste
clarify,
Management, it's
Pity,
cities.
I know.
Joyce, please.
I want to clarify when I place up the order, the security guard that's gonna come through the property 6 times a day, that starts when? Immediately?
Monday,
Monday?
15th, April 15th.
And you're worried about board? You got that?
Yes.
You said that before.
Anything else? You good?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys so
for
much. Appreciate all of your
taking
time.
this as serious as you do.
I
I think
do.
it'll just help everybody make things so
We'll get
much
through it.
smoother and
Right.
we. look
Thank you,
forward to
everybody.
it.
I'll see you soon. Just call me.
Okay,
You want to give her the signs?
I'm gonna give you these. I'm gonna come by next week. You wanna meet us there? Patty?
Yes.
I apologize.
Yes.
How'd you take down the sticker?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
Okay, we have some other off-topic discussion. I need a motion to.
Adjourn. I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Hey, 8:05, meeting adjourned.
All right. Aye. That's a birthday for the daughter.
Let's have each other's number if you're running late.